This Fan Run podcast is brought to you by DraftKings.
All right, and good morning. Welcome into another Wednesday edition of The Blitz, live here on Fan Run Radio, live from the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. Beautiful Wednesday morning here in East Tennessee, live up at fanrunradio.com. You can click that live link at the top, which is powered by MyBookie. As always, on the Periscope at Fox Sports Knox. That's on Facebook Live and on Twitter. You can follow our smiling faces there. Keep up with the show. Hey, and we got that free 99 Fan Run Radio app. Go ahead and download that today, wherever apps are sold for you. Take us wherever you may travel. FM 105.7 AM 1340 on your dial. Chance Collins, Charlie Collier, GP3 back behind the booth, and intern Ryan. How is everybody doing today? Let's go around the room. Charlie?
I got a video, some audio for you to hear, Chance. My guy, Chance.
Tony Finau.
I didn't get a chance to celebrate
Tony
yesterday
Finau
because of my
finally did it.
absence, but he finally did it.
Finally won one.
Finally.
Crazy.
The Northern
My guy,
Trust.
after 3, maybe 4 years of betting on him every single weekend and watching him lose every single weekend. Apparently Monday is his finishing day.
Yeah,
If
Tony-
every tournament was played on a Monday, he'd be your guy. I told you, I knew I liked Mondays for a reason. I told you that a couple weeks ago. That's
You
why.
did.
Because Tony Finau wins golf tournaments on Mondays.
Tony Finau finally
Unfortunately,
broke through, wins the Northern Trust.
I need him probably to win 2 more to get back positive at this point on all the bets I've placed on him.
Yeah,
But we're getting there.
we're getting there.
It was one of the happiest moments in recent history for me.
Well, to take away from your happiness, you know what today is?
2 days after Tony Finau finally
Hump Day!
won. Die Humstag.
It's Hump Day, Charlie. Your favorite day
Did
of
you
the
like
week.
that?
Hump Day.
German?
Yeah, I heard you're German. My nieces are German.
Well, so is that word that I just used.
Yeah.
Probably.
It was a bad word.
What?
Was it a bad word?
No, I just said Die Humstag. Hump Day.
No, okay. Well, did you study German?
No.
You just know hump day in German?
No.
I don't know. You might have made that up. Intern Ryan, how are you?
No, I'm doing good, Chance. Was able to, not get too hot outside yesterday in this crazy degree weather. Played a couple rounds of golf. Played a lot better. We've seen a little progressive action in the way we're playing these days, so that's all you can ask for.
Did you play another par 3?
I played par 5 this time around. It was Whittle Springs. You guys ever been out there?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It's a
love
decent. It's a decent city course.
Yeah, and it's a quick one that you can kind of run through pretty quick if you stay on your own fairways.
Yeah. Did you do that?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. All right, so intern Ryan went to play golf yesterday. GP3, how are you today?
Can't complain. It's Wednesday, 8 days from Tennessee football.
Yeah, we're in the single digits, boys. We're
2
in the
days
single digits.
Just regular college football. So, yeah, can't complain. I'm just
Yeah.
counting down the days now.
2 days away from college football returning week 0. That's got to have everybody pretty pumped up. I know there's not the greatest games for the weekend, but it's college football.
Don't you sleep on Hawaii and UCLA.
Yeah, you keep telling me that. It's
UCLA has gone from 7-point favorites to 18-point favorites in the last couple weeks.
Wow. Did you get them at the 7?
No, I was waiting for it to keep going up to get Hawaii at a better number.
Yeah. It's a break or bust season for Chip Kelly. Definitely on the hot seat.
Hey, by the way, any of you guys ever have those dreams that are really, really, really realistic and they go on forever, so you just think you're in real life now?
Yeah.
And then you wake up and you're just really disappointed that it's not true?
Oh, definitely.
I had that kind of dream last night where I could dunk.
Really?
Hey.
And it was super realistic. I could just I was my everyday self, just plus the fact that I could absolutely cram. And now that I had that dream, I would say it's probably got to be one of the best feelings in the world to absolutely cram. And I'm still just dealing with the
What kind of dunks
disappointment
were
of
you
not
doing?
being able to dunk. Oh, I'm
Were you-
talking
Under the legs, reverse,
Windmill.
360.
oh yeah, just elbow down the rim.
Oh, man. Vince Carter over here.
like off the backboard, And it was an accident. I was just like playing pickup basketball and like went to jump for a rebound. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm above the rim. When did this happen? I thought it was real the whole time.
Wow. Okay.
Also,
Charlie, new dunker on the prowl.
Just continuing with a couple random things. I'm looking for some people to help me split a $500 buy-in to join Chris Johnson's fantasy league. You guys interested?
Chris Johnson, like Ocho Cinco?
No, like
No,
that's
CJ2K.
Chad
That's
Johnson.
Chad Johnson. Excuse me.
Like CJ2K Titans legend. He put on his Instagram, need 8 more for a fantasy league, $500 buy-in. Just to get the chance to play fantasy football with Chris Johnson. Like, I think we could get like 16 people to split it, 50 each. Let's do that math right.
I don't know I don't feel like getting my calculator out. I don't think that was right though. You said 16 people, 50 each. No, you don't need that many people.
Wouldn't it just be
Yeah.
10?
Yeah.
I was thinking
That's
I was
pretty
like,
easy math.
I was like, yeah, it's
in my head.
don't need that many
I
people.
mixed up the 5 and the 8. So I was like, he needs 5 more at 800 apiece and 16,
you need
not 8 at 5.
100.
Yeah.
so 10.
Yeah.
for
I thought
50.
Is that just like a classic league? Like
Math is hard.
16 teams, or he's got multiple going? How's that even work?
well, he needs 8 more
Yes.
at $500 buy-ins.
How many people are in the league?
I don't know. I just know that he needs 8 more at 500 apiece.
Intriguing.
I want to be a part of it. I want to go through a draft.
So
with
you don't
Chris
want to
Johnson.
win. You just want to throw your money and just be in a draft with Chris Johnson.
No, I mean I'm gonna win too, but that was just like the
Oh,
given.
you're going to.
But I need investors.
Very confident. You need some silent investors.
I mean they'll get a cut of the winnings.
I had a fancy draft last night. Had my second live draft back-to-back nights. I have another one tonight. Not a live draft, though. This one's just online. I thought I did well.
You
Yeah.
texted me and I was really confused, or you texted us.
Yeah, I was just trying to see what
But-
receiver I should have took right there. I think I took the right one.
Did you guys get all of the texts?
Yeah, I did.
Why didn't I?
I don't know.
I got
Group message.
9:51 a.m. Forgot I need gas, and then 9:51 p.m. Oh, that's weird. 9:51 p.m. or Cortland Sutton time
Oh, yeah,
running
there was
out.
more to that. I don't know why you didn't get the rest of it.
Super weird.
That is weird. Well, I had one last night. My first pick, Devontae Adams,
What position?
wide receiver.
No, I mean like what?
No, what
Draft-
draft?
That was a misleading
what?
way to ask that.
Wide receiver. I had the ninth pick.
All right.
That's about right.
Yeah,
That's nice.
So a lot of your top running backs were gone. My second pick was took Joe Mixon. I also got J.K. Dobbins as a running back.
Yeah.
I got Josh Jacobs as a running back.
Oh.
I have Raheem Mostert. What do you mean? What are you on about?
Every pick. Oh.
Yeah, it's like it can't be that. Those are solid running backs.
You're picking running backs that are like potentially a part of a committee.
Joe
Mixon
Mixon
will be nice.
He's
But
started.
not
He's
outside of
banged
Joe
up.
Mixon. Like
Well,
I like
J.K. Dobbins-
Joe Mixon, but I don't trust his ability to stay healthy.
Gus Edwards is going to get
J.K. Dobbins, Gus Edwards is going to get a lot more carries than people think. J.K. Dobbins is not taking that job away like
Trey
they hoped
Sermon
he
is
would.
going to get some carries. I know.
Trey Sermon
But
and
Mostert's your
others.
starter. Josh Jacobs doesn't have anybody really that he's
Kenyon
sharing with.
Drake.
Ian Drake.
Kenyon Drake's going to take away third downs from him.
That's all right. He'll get.
I
think
still
it's
like
points.
Josh Jacobs. I have Josh Jacobs in the league too.
Yeah.
But J.K. is somebody that I absolutely I see as undraftable this year. I will not draft him.
All right, we'll see how that goes.
Obviously,
during the
like
season.
I would draft him if he like
Yeah,
fell
so, yeah.
like
Yeah,
fell way
don't
below
reach
his
for
value.
Oh,
But at
reaches.
value, J.K. is not draftable to me.
well, I'm not gonna tell Charlie any more of my fantasy football team.
I wanna keep hearing it.
54682. I got Anthony.
Who's your last pick in the draft?
Anthony Ferguson. I got him at tight end. My last pick was let's see. Let me look on here. I believe it was Jamison Crowder.
Good last pick.
Yeah.
last pick.
Also grabbed Corey Davis.
Oh, let's go.
Ooh, Nice.
Yeah, Corey Davis.
Loving
from the
Corey
Jets.
Davis this year.
I got Juju. Smith.
Corvette.
I even picked up Jameis as a backup quarterback. I got Matt Stafford as my starter.
Hey.
Nice.
Lazy Jameis looked pretty
MVP
good.
Matt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to get Marquez Callaway in this draft, but he went early because people saw the performance the previous night, so he went off the board pretty quick when the wide receiver rain came through.
I guess just one more random thing for this first segment.
Okay.
Right now, you have the chance to go bet on the Rams and the Washington football team to win their division. Parlay that together at plus 850. Who knows how long those odds will last? So go put $100 down and win 850.
I like it. 865-546-8200. 546-8200. That's the number to get on the G3 Help Me hotlines. Full slate on the menu. Jam-packed, people. We will get to some Vols who received some SEC honors yesterday. Also talk a little bit more about fall camp. And Tennessee Athletics unveils the fan experience upgrades for the 2021 football season. You do not want to miss that as well. Keep it locked here on Fan Run Radio. This is The Blitz. Welcome back to The Blitz. We're on along here. FM 105.7 AM 1340. I'd like to let you know that portions of this hour are brought to you by our friends at FanDuel. One of the things we love about betting on FanDuel Sportsbook is you get more than one shot to swing for the fences. That's right, it's baseball season, people. Right now, new and existing users can get up to $25 back in site credit each day. You just place a minimum 5-leg baseball parlay, and if it falls one leg short, you get up to $25 back with parlay insurance. I love FanDuel because I can put the small bet down on these baseball parlays, these same-game parlays, and you get big odds, and you can win big. That's always great. I also love the features of the FanDuel app. I'm going to keep telling you about that. It's simple to use. They get you your money in as little as 24 hours, and it's unique. It's different from any of the other sports books out there, different betting markets, the fun bet tapes like the same game parlay, and they always have these on promotions to let you get more action out of every game day. And like I said, when you win FanDuel, you will get your winnings in as little as 24 hours. In addition to the parlay insurance, if you haven't tried FanDuel Sportsbook yet, what are you waiting on? New users can place your first bet risk-free. That's right, new users get up to $1,000 back in site credit if your first bet does not win. Just download the FanDuel Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code BLITZ to get in on the action. That's FanDuel Sportsbook, promo code BLITZ. As always, you must be 21 and older and present in the state of Tennessee. First online real money wager only for risk-free bet. Refund issued as non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 7 days. Max refund of $25 per game. Restrictions do apply. See sportsbook.fanduel.com for details. Gambling problem, call Tennessee Redline 1-800-889-9789. Getting back to the gridiron. Well, Tennessee made some news yesterday, some of their players. All SEC teams came out by the coaches. Coaches' honors. Tennessee did have a trio that was recognized Tuesday afternoon. Offensive lineman Cade Mays, all SEC first team preseason. Also, punter Paxton Brooks, all SEC second team.
Yes, sir. Punter U.
Punter U continues. And defensive back Alante Taylor, all SEC third team. These players were selected by the league's 14 head coaches. All three players also earned preseason all SEC honors by the media back in July at SEC Media Days. So, congratulations to those guys. Anybody who think that maybe should have got some recognition that left off the list, I think those are our top three guys. I can't think of anyone else.
If they do special teams, Valus on kick return because there wasn't any media preseason.
Yeah, that was what I was going to say too. Valus is a kick returner. Other than that, you maybe have Valus as a guy that could end up making the third team by the end of the year.
Alabama placed a league-leading 15 players in the all-SEC teams.
Like Valus, Jalen Hyatt, one of those receivers I think would be a candidate to break out and make the second or third team by the end of the year. Other than that, maybe someone on your defensive front makes the second or third team by the end of the year. But as for preseason snubs, really, I don't think there are any.
Yeah, I didn't think so either. Georgia was second with 11 representatives. Auburn had 9. Your first team preseason All-SEC quarterback, you might want to guess? Or have you guys already
Corral.
Matt Corral.
Second team, JT Daniels.
JT Daniels, second team.
Third team, off the top,
KJ Costello.
Nope.
Third
team, there is a tie.
There's a tie?
They have 2 representatives listed.
Not Bryce Young, right?
Nope.
It's, let's see.
Come on, guys, put on your thinking hats.
It's not Emory Jones.
Nope.
It's not Will Levis. Connor Bazelak.
He's one.
It's not any of the Tennessee quarterbacks.
Absolutely
It
not.
shouldn't be Ken Seals.
Nope.
Um,
Think West.
okay, West. Let's see. It shouldn't be Will Rogers. It's Hayes King.
Dude from
Hayes,
Auburn.
No,
Ding, ding, ding,
Bo
ding.
Nix.
Bo Nix. He and Connor Bazelak are your third-team quarterbacks. Your running backs, Isaiah Spiller from Texas A&M, Tank Bigsby from Auburn. That's first team. Wide receiver, first team, John Mechie the third. No surprise there, Alabama. Traylon Burks. Tight end, Jalen Wittermeyer from Texas A&M. And then your offensive lineman, as we already said, Cade Mays. Kenyon Green from Texas A&M. Darian Kennard from Kentucky. Evan Neal from Alabama. Your center, Ricky Stromberg from Arkansas. And all-purpose, Jerrion Ely from Ole Miss.
You did say Traylon Burks from Arkansas? Mm-hmm. Okay, good, because he's the best receiver in the SEC.
Yeah, defensive side of the ball, Kingsley Inagbar, South Carolina, Jordan Davis, Georgia, Zachary Carter, Florida, Fadarian Mathis, Alabama. Your linebackers, Christian Harris of Alabama, Grant Morgan, Arkansas, Will Anderson Jr. of Bama. Your DBs, Derek Stingley, LSU. They continue to always roll out great defensive backs. Kyer Elam, Florida, Malachi Moore, Alabama, Josh Joby, Alabama, and your place kicker, Jake Camarda from Georgia. And
Not Camarda.
Camarda.
That's a ripoff.
And then your return specialist, also Jerrion Ely from Ole Miss.
Did Henry Toto make it as a second or third?
Henry To'o, second team linebacker, Alabama. He did make it. It's Alabama with 19 representatives on this list. Zamir White, Georgia, second team running back. He's pretty good.
Yeah, he wouldn't have been on my second team. But then again, I don't know. I probably
You wouldn't have had him. You would have had him on the third team.
Yeah.
Really?
Who was the third team running back? Was it Rose from
Your third
Kentucky?
team?
Or no, it wasn't Rose. Christian Rodriguez from Kentucky.
Chris Rodriguez Jr. from Kentucky. He does make your third team running back.
Yeah, he'd be my second team.
Also,
running back.
Jerrion Ely from Ole Miss and Brian Robinson Jr. from Alabama.
Absolutely. Rodriguez would be number 2 for me.
Tyon Evans going to be number 1 come season's
That's
end.
right.
Hey.
It's not where you start, boys. It's where you finish. It's not about where you start. It's where you finish. Speaking of finishing, the nation's number 1 prospect, Vols target Walter Nolan III, has named his top 3 teams. He's narrowed down his recruiting to 3 teams. Let's see. I'm trying to find it here.
I know it's A&M, Tennessee, and Georgia.
And Georgia, you are correct.
He spurned Florida in his
He did.
latest top 3.
He did.
He's going to be a
Good
Vol.
to hear.
Even
No.
though he's going to visit them for the Alabama game.
Well, I mean,
Which is-
go have a good time.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, Florida-Alabama is probably going to be a really good game.
Yeah, go have a good time.
Yeah, the 5-star class of 2022 defensive lineman who recently just moved up to number 1 overall in the industry-generated 247 Sports composite for the 2022 class, had referred to Florida, Tennessee, and Texas A&M as his 3 favorites in an interview with GoVols 247 earlier this month, and then said the same thing 2 weeks after, but when naming his 3 on the Twitter last night, he went with Tennessee, Texas A&M, and Georgia.
You see, he put Tennessee right in the middle of his graphic,
Yup.
too. Nice and big.
I bet Florida gets spanked by Alabama on that visit, and that wraps things up for them.
Tennessee has become one of the top contenders for Nolan over the past few months. At one time, though, Tennessee was left out of the top 8 when he announced in April. You got to think him moving to Knoxville has definitely helped out the Vols' recruiting efforts, and also Rodney Garner, I know, is doing work on this kid.
He's phenomenal. I mean, to not only get back in the conversation, but now to get yourself as the presumed favorite at this point, I believe, is phenomenal. And he was a big part of Tennessee's success previously. Hopefully he's a big part of the success moving forward. And he's done a pretty good job developing his group of defensive linemen and helping
He's a
get
great
some
coach.
of those transfers in too.
He's a great coach and great recruiter. He went on to say, I feel like they're a bigger factor now when he's talking about Tennessee just because I'm like in the backyard. I feel like I'll be seeing them more than any other school, so they're a bigger factor. Me moving here probably helped them out a little bit on my recruitment, just me being here. it ain't nothing but about a 20 or 30-minute drive. So if I ever feel like just going up there and looking at some stuff, then I can go up there. Just hop in the car and go. Yes, please. Hop in the car and go as much as you need to, Walter Nolan. 865-546-8200. 546-8200. We'll take a quick time out, come back and go to the G3 Help Me hotlines and take a call from Philly. Keep it locked here on Fan Run Radio. The Blitz. Back to the Blitz, live here in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. Let's go ahead and head over to the phone lines. The G3 Help Me hotlines, take a call from Phil. Philly!
What do you say, Chancellor?
I'm doing great. How are you doing this morning?
Hanging in there. How's Chuck and Trey the third, and who's your other gentleman there?
Ryan, intern Ryan.
Ryan, okay, cool.
Yeah, they gave us a little respect, gave us an extra person. You
We all trained them.
all these other shows, they got like 5-6 people on Talk Sports. They just keep adding people. They got a lot. Russell and the Bear in the afternoon, and sometimes they got like 7-8 guys to help those two old guys.
They had Will Stevens on yesterday.
Yeah, had Will on yesterday.
Was it Will Stevens on what yesterday?
The drive.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, the drive can't keep nobody, though. That's the problem.
It might be. Those two guys are hard to work with.
I know
Hey,
from
Ryan, go over there
experience.
and straighten them out a little bit, you know?
Might have to. What's on your mind, Phil?
Guys, I heard the preseason show talking about they're going to offer up not go to a bowl game this year.
That Tennessee is. I
Yeah.
haven't heard that yet. I did hear Houston talking about something like that.
Tennessee's going to offer up what?
To not go, to impose a postseason ban on themselves.
Yeah, so based on an article in The Athletic that was written yesterday, right now there is some internal disagreement with whether Tennessee should self-impose any penalties or what those should be.
I bet you Dondi wants to impose penalties.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I bet you it's
Easy.
Dondi. That's dumb.
Yeah, no interviews have taken place since early July with the investigation, and Tennessee's been preparing a final report to submit to the NCAA for quite a while. The investigation, focused on past players and recruitable prospects being given illegal benefits and, illegal visits during COVID, obviously. But right now, yeah, the decision is just, when you turn in your report to the NCAA, usually if you're going to self-impose, you do that when you turn that report in, then the NCAA will look at it. They'll decide if there's any additional, investigation necessary, any additional, sanctions that will be imposed, and that's where the debate is. But if they will self-impose anything, it's been rumored that they, or stated at least, that, the expectation is that it will be before the season starts, that they will, do the self-imposal and that they will turn in the investigation. So right now it's just a matter of, who's going to win that power struggle, I guess, within the decision makers of whether to impose or not. Now, personally, you've done a very good job cooperating with the NCAA, doing a thorough investigation. You've got this thing going quick. Now, there are benefits to self-imposing. You can go ahead and more than likely, wrap up the investigation and get it over with. I mean, we've seen when you turn it over to the NCAA, it takes a long time. Baylor, for example, most recently, they waited 4 years. If you impose and the NCAA agrees, you can get it over with, be done with, that cloud is gone. But at the same time, you have to feel like with the changing landscape of college football and with NIL and, with those players going elsewhere and everything else, that if you choose not to impose anything, given your cooperation and given the circumstances, the NCAA might not give you that bowl ban, which is going to be could be really important to make a bowl in the first season and get those extra practices in that positive momentum.
So it's going to be Dante wants to get rid of the bowl game, and probably Randy Boyd probably wants to go to the bowl game. Is that what?
I don't know.
It's my speculation.
I don't know who's who.
I'd say
or what role Danny White has.
I heard Dante's wanting them to self-impose. That's what I heard.
Yeah, because she's been, she was
He
the
should
one.
be fired already for firing Fulmer.
She's the one that came out and said, it was just shocking with everything that was happening behind the scenes when talking about Jeremy Pruitt and the scandal. So that's just my speculation.
Was it really that shocking, guys?
Yeah, no, I just remember in the press conference,
Yeah.
it was shocking to everything that all the, everything that was going on. So I would speculate it's probably her. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah,
Don't have any truth to it. Just speculation station. And I would say Randy Boyd and Josh Heupel say no.
There you go. Yeah.
And then maybe it's Dr. Danny and Dondi saying, well, we should go ahead and do this. This is my speculation station.
I'm going to speculate that Dondi is the only one that doesn't want to self-impose. just to twist it up a little bit.
But I mean,
Dante be the one who wants to impose.
Yeah, I'm just messing around.
But I agree with Charlie and with you. Feel like you've rid all the players that were involved. Obviously, you acted quickly and fired the coaching staff, and you got them out the paint very fast. So why penalize the guys who stayed around and the new coaching staff for the previous regime's falter? Like,
exactly.
I don't understand that part. You got a lot of kids who stayed through all this mess. Don't penalize those guys. And first of all, don't penalize yourself until the NCAA does anything. Like, they take a long time with these matters. Like, why do you want to do that? You could have a damn good year in your first year with Josh Heupel and have some momentum, be able to go to a bowl game. Yeah, I think you wait until the NCAA gives you your punishment.
What about all the players that had McDonald's and went to these other schools? You don't tell me they're not getting McDonald's there too?
Exactly. And why self-impose yourself here when those players who were involved, they're going to have postseason success where they're going
to.
Hank T to Alabama, he ain't going to be playing in the playoff. Eric Gray and Wanya Morris to Oklahoma, you think they're not going to be
and Jalen McCullough.
And Jalen McCullough, like, come on.
Did y'all see where that point guard is going to commit Friday?
Yes, I did see that.
Which one?
Forget his name. I saw where he's making his commitment on Friday. Let me pull that up.
Wait, Jalen McCullough?
He's here.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, then I'm thinking of
You're talking about
Keyshawn Lawrence.
Point guard basketball.
You scared the heck out of me for a second.
When I said that, too, I didn't think it sounded right. Zakai Ziegler.
Yeah.
Yeah, the point guard. He's
Zakai Ziegler.
Yeah, Zakai Ziegler.
Yeah, supposedly he's already listed in the UT student director.
Oh, like that. Out of New York, he had his official visit on Monday. 5'10" prospect out of Our Savior Lutheran School in the Bronx. Currently a 2022 prospect. Has not been rated yet, so I can't give you any stars or anything, but he will announce his commitment on Friday at 4 o'clock.
Well, we're interested to see what happens on there. What y'all think about the Braves choking last night?
It wasn't really a choke. I mean,
well, Freddie scored a run, and the referees didn't give it to him. But outside their base run, it's horrible.
Well, yeah, I mean, the Austin Riley play, he should have slid in head first. It's just a dumb mistake by a young kid. But, no, I mean, the umpires did take one run away. And we lost by one, so it does kind of suck. But I was proud of the way they fought. The Yankees are the hottest team in baseball right now, and we were pitching we pitched one of our worst pitchers yesterday.
Who'd you pitch?
Oh.
One of your worst?
Yeah, he's one of the worst right now. That's saying something because our staff has really stepped up.
Has he? Is he really one of the worst, though? He was excellent before he broke his thumb, and his first start back, I know, was really good. He wasn't great yesterday, but...
I mean, he only gave up 3 runs. I mean, we held him in bay for the most part. The offense has just been slumping. They started slumping in Baltimore. But Baltimore's just so bad that you can be playing bad and still beat Baltimore. But
yeah, who's got an ERA under 3 this year?
Well, it's because he's probably only started like 10 games.
He's thrown 56 innings.
When's the last time Henrietta had a hit? They keep starting. Remember, he's either going to be the new
Heredia.
Ciarte. Yeah, I mean,
he wouldn't have had to play last night.
got to play somebody can't hit.
He wouldn't have had to play last night if the umpires didn't eject Jock Peterson after the, bad call by the third base umpire. So he said that he went around when he obviously didn't, was hit by the pitch, and then made Jock mad, and then he ejected him while Jock was walking back to the outfield. Wasn't even looking at him. So it was pretty bad, but every call goes the Yankees' way. We all know that.
I just, I feel like for the Braves that regardless of, how hot you guys are now, or regardless of the lead that you have in the division now, or whatever else, and, the players that are catching fire and 3 guys in the top 10 for the MVP odds right now, that when you can't trust whoever you pitch to hold on to a lead or keep the game tied in this 8th inning and in the 9th inning, and when you don't trust your manager to properly manage those situations, that however far you can go is very limited regardless of whether you win the division.
I agree. I mean, I still think we're gonna win the division because I think the Phillies and Mets are really bad.
Hey, we're only 13 games back.
But I don't think the Braves are gonna get over that hump. I don't think they're gonna win another World Series until Snicker's gone. Guy just doesn't know how to manage the bullpen.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
just
they're having a good year of Alacuna. I mean, that's a major loss.
Yeah.
He's one of the top 2 or 3 players in baseball.
And they lost Marcell Ozuna, who was a big guy that you were factoring in at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
But,
well, it is what it is, though.
And what sucks, though, is that the Braves are going to go out there, win the division, and everybody's going to give credit to Snicker for winning the division after the loss of Acuna.
I have some Braves friends who are like, man, Snick could win Manager of the Year. Look at what he's been able to do with this ragtag bunch and, throwing this team together and motivating his players. And then I have other friends that are Braves fans that every day talk about how he should be fired.
Yeah, I can't stand him.
Well, he's just never going to get it done. I'm putting your pipe and smoke it, guys. See you.
Appreciate the phone call, Philly, as always. Hey, that call was brought to you by our friends at G. Turner Howard III, the G3 Help Me hotlines. If you or a loved one has been injured in an accident, call the Knoxville-based law offices of G. Turner Howard III. Visit g3helpme.com or call them at 865-558-8030. Serving all of East Tennessee with over 20 years of experience, let the G3 team get you the money you deserve. That's g3helpme.com. Hey, we'll take a quick time out. On the other side, we'll talk captains on this Tennessee Vol football team. Also, we have from 247 Sports, the game changer for all of 2021 for every SEC football school. And at the same time, in the second hour, we got to get to this alliance that happened yesterday. A lot of funny stuff from that press conference. Keep it locked here on Fan Run Radio. It's the Blitz, wrapping up hour number 1 here. Chance, Charlie, GP3, intern Ryan. Go Vols 247 put out an article on the biggest game changer for the 2021 season for each SEC squad. Let's run through these, see if you guys can guess some of these. Start off, we'll end with Tennessee, but we will start with Alabama.
Toto?
Charlie?
I feel like, it's just the obvious one, Bryce Young.
Nope.
It's who's
the biggest game changer
the
for each
biggest
team.
game. I guess it depends on how you define game changer.
I was thinking Henry To'oTo'o too.
You guys are
Brian
right
Robinson, maybe?
with the linebackers. It is Will Anderson, though.
Oh.
Last year, true freshman season, Anderson total 52 tackles, 10.5 for loss, 7 sacks, and 1 forced fumble. Enters sophomore season named to 5 award watch lists this preseason, including the Walter Camp Player of the Year and popular pick for All-American teams. Is what they have here. Nick Saban said about him, he's the kind of person that he's not satisfied with where he is. He works hard every day. He's always trying to get better. I love working with this guy. I think he sets a great example for everybody else on our team. Next up, Georgia.
Well, now this is getting difficult.
Well, don't overthink it.
Zamir White.
No. Don't overthink it. That's
JT Daniels.
JT Daniels, it is.
Yeah.
It is JT Daniels for the Dogs. What'd you say?
I don't even know what he said.
I don't know what he said either.
Me?
No, Ryan.
Ryan.
Oh, I was going to say the quarterback, JT, except you already revealed the answer.
Oh, okay. All right, Florida.
Emery.
Defensive side of the ball.
Jacob
we talked about,
Easley.
a guy
Or whatever, Elam.
This is yeah.
It's Elam.
The corner that's
Yep.
top 5 prospect.
Yep. Kyer Elam for Florida. Charlie is correct. All right, Texas A&M, defensive side of the ball. Biggest game changer for them.
Oh, defensive side of the ball.
Mm-hmm. Big boy.
I don't know.
No clue.
Yeah, some of these defensive guys are probably going to be hard for you guys. DeMarvin Leal, defensive lineman.
Oh,
heard that name.
I knew that. I'm an idiot. Come on.
Auburn, offensive side of the ball.
Tank Bigsby.
Tank Bigsby, good job. Big brain on Charlie. LSU, we're going back to the defensive side of the ball for their biggest game changer.
Derek Stingley.
Good job.
Stingley.
Big brain on Charlie. Been doing his research. Ole Miss.
Oh, that could be Matt Corral.
It is Matt Corral.
Okay.
Some of these are obvious. Some of them are a little bit out in left field. Arkansas. Everybody should know this one.
Is it the receiver?
Treylon Burks.
Yeah. Just going to remember his name, but yeah.
All right. South Carolina.
Zeb Noland.
No, it's not. It's not the graduate assistant from North Dakota State.
How could it not be?
Is it defense or offense?
It's offense.
Is it the running back that
is.
was hurt last year?
Kevin Harris.
Yeah.
All right.
The only thing that they have that's somewhat positive on their team.
Yeah. Mississippi State. Offensive side of the ball.
I mean, is it Will Rogers or is it whoever is their wide receiver one?
Yeah, it's Jaden Wally.
Ah, Jaden Wally, of course.
And Missouri, before we get to Tennessee.
Basilek.
No, but offensive side of the ball.
Larry Roundtree the third. Wait, no, he's the one.
He's gone, finally. It's Mookie Cooper.
Mookie.
You wouldn't have got that one.
No.
All right, two more, and then we'll get to Tennessee. Vanderbilt.
Ken Seals.
No.
I don't know if I
It's
could.
the only player I know.
I was going to say, I don't know if I can name
I don't
anybody
think
else.
you guys will get this
on
one.
I don't
Vandy.
know a lot of Vandy.
It's DeRicky Wright, linebacker for them, and then Kentucky.
That's ridiculous. Not to Ricky.
Kentucky.
Chris Rodriguez.
All right. Now, time to get to our Tennessee Vols, the biggest game changer, as noted by Vols 247 for the 2021 season for your Tennessee Vols.
I mean,
is
that could really be anyone. It depends
not
on if
giving you any
they're.
hints here. You guys know all the players.
So it depends on if they want to gamble on guessing the starting quarterback, because we all kind of presume it's Joe Milton.
I'm going
so
Jawan Mitchell.
I don't think it's a quarterback. I think it's a wideout.
GP3 says Jawan Mitchell.
Give me Jalen Hyatt.
Give me Velus Jones Jr.
Intern Ryan is right. It is Jalen Hyatt.
Yes, sir.
True freshman in 2020. Hyatt was a bright spot in the Tennessee offense that often struggled in 10 games with one start. The 6-foot, 175-pounder from South Carolina totaled 20 catches for 276 yards and 2 touchdowns. Among SEC freshmen, Hyatt ranked 6th in receiving yards, 3rd in yards per catch, and of his 20 catches, 6 were for more than 20 yards. He's a deep threat. 3 were for more than 30 yards, and 10 of his catches went for first downs. He definitely can move the chains. What he had to say, what I want to do just as my freshman year, it was more just go routes and stuff like that. I want to show what I can do and be diverse. With the offense that Hype brought in, I feel like I can do that. I'm just ready to show and prove to all y'all that I can be a different player. I can catch the ball and get in space and just do a lot of different things. I'm glad he's here. Strong words for
Ringing
incoming
endorsement.
coach.
Yeah.
I feel like he was a guy that we spent a lot of time talking about and getting excited for early in the offseason.
Especially for this offense.
But
for
then
him.
we kind of stopped paying attention to him. And, you know, he might arguably be your most exciting player this year just to see what he is able to produce. You put him in an offense that's obviously very suitable to his skill set. Hopefully you have a quarterback that can, you know, somewhat throw him the ball at least, be average. He really, if he performs at his peak, I mean, could be in the argument for one of the better receivers in the SEC this year.
Yeah, absolutely. Coach Josh Heupel made his local rounds on local radio this past week, and he had something to say about. He talked about believing in naming captains, who's been the most vocal leaders in camp, and also he was asked about starting quarterback. He went on to say about that, those guys have been great inside the meeting room and really on the practice field as well. They compete the right way, but we're not ready to name a guy at this point. I think we talked about this yesterday. I think it's the worst kept secret in all of East Tennessee. It's the worst kept secret.
I mean, especially more teams are naming their starters now. We're officially like at that time of the year.
You got to name one by the end of this week. I mean, hell, you're a week away from the game tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean,
you
starting,
have to name one.
You're starting game week. Not just, You're not camp anymore.
Exactly. You're prepping for game week now.
Like A&M, they just named Hayes King the 4-star freshman, or I mean, not 5-star
Florida
freshman.
looks like Emory Jones has run away with that.
Yep.
Yeah, Syracuse just decided that they're gonna, you know, run a dual quarterback system
The
with
Big
Tommy
Ten has named
DeVito
pretty
and,
much all their quarterbacks.
and my guy Garrett Schrader.
Yep. I like
Is that the guy who was at Mississippi
He
State?
was.
Yeah.
Did he do the helicopter? Was he that the one
Yeah,
where
He's
he went in a helicopter.
He was.
he
was
just-
Brian.
He was
Brian
just
Maurer.
good.
He was a great athlete.
It's Brian Maurer
And Mike
crack, I
Leach
feel like.
just went super weird with the quarterback room
Yeah.
when he got there. They had 3 quarterbacks transfer out because he was handling it so weird. They had Garrett Schrader go play wide receiver, and they have another quarterback that transferred to San Diego State. Will be their starting quarterback, Moose Maiden. And KT might start at Virginia this year.
Yeah. Heupel talked about his vocal leaders and captains. He said, we do not have a set of true captains at this point. What we do have is a leadership council here.
Oh, my God.
Leadership Council. It's kind of taken the place of captains in some respects. Latrell Bumpus and Matt Butler are two guys on the defense side of the ball that have been fantastic in how they've taken ownership of that defensive line room. That room is completely different than how it has when we were here in spring. Some of that is the leadership and continuity, and that has been created here. Some of it is the new guys that have been brought in. There's a sense of accountability that I really like. On the back end, Theo Jackson is a guy that is so consistent in who he is. Alontae Taylor, Trayvon Flowers, those are some guys who have veteran ownership inside of the football team. And then on the offense side of the ball, your leadership council, I'd say Cade Mays doing a really good job up front with Jerome Carvin, two guys that played a lot of football here and have been great leaders for us on that side of it. Cedric Tillman is at the wide receiver position, who has done a great job bringing a lot of consistency. So we got a leadership council. No captains. And they do great upstairs.
Butch Jones.
He kind of is a little butchy.
Remember when Butch Jones said that he had a big announcement
at
the spring game?
At the spring game, and then it was about the captains.
Permanent captain.
It was
Butch did some good things with program building, too.
I'm not saying that he didn't.
Maybe
but like the gimmicky things, like kind of Heupel does.
Some of that worked though, and we would have been okay with some of the gimmicky stuff if they would have continued to win.
Yeah.
So maybe Heupel can just take the good aspects from Butch and some of that program building stuff and positivity, but combine it with winning football, and then boom, we're happy people.
Hey, you are right. 865-546-8200. That's the number to get on the G3 Help Me hotlines. Wrapping up hour number 1 here. Hour number 2, hit you with a little opening drive. Also, we got to talk about this new alliance in college football. Hour number 1's in the books. Hour number 2 on deck.